Hello, all you happy people out there. I'm TJ. This is episode 5, continuing my Kingdom Hearts review in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3. Since I'm going to be covering 3 worlds in this episode, let's get right to work. Now, after leaving Wonderland, your first stop is going to be the Olympus Coliseum. One thing about the Olympus Coliseum, much like Traverse Town, you're going to be spending a lot of time here. Your first initial trip, when you get to the Olympus Coliseum, is basically gaining entry to compete in the games. Once you step inside the lobby, you're mistaken for Hercules by Phil. Now, after completing some trials, Phil still denies you entry. However, with the unlikely help of Hades, you gain a pass, which changes Phil's mind to at least give you a try in the preliminaries. Of course, Sora clears the preliminaries with no problem, only to be confronted by Cloud, who in turn is Final Fantasy VII's main antagonist. Now, much like Sora's fight with Darkseid in The Awakening and Leon in Traverse Town, regardless whether you win the battle or not against Cloud, the overall story of the game still goes on. Now, if I remember correctly, if you defeat Cloud in the preliminaries, then I think there may be a chance of you leveling up somewhere at some point. But regardless, the outcome of your bout with Cloud is, the result is still the same. Cerberus steps in. Phil manages to get everyone to safety while making an attempt to rescue Cloud. Sora and company go back into the arena after Hercules had already worn down Cerberus and finally defeat him. By the end of the trip, Phil dubs Sora and his company Junior Heroes and grants them access to compete in the games. Of course, Donald takes offense to being called Junior Heroes. Now, the games that Phil talk about in the overall game itself, is the various cups that you'll have a chance to compete in and gain cool prizes. The first of which is the Phil Cup. Then there's the Pegasus Cup, the Hercules Cup, then the Hades Cup. Now, in order to unlock the Hades Cup, you would have had to unlock all of the other tournaments first. I think I may have missed a couple that way. Once you gain the ability to activate the yellow trading marks, you can simply return to Olympus Coliseum and seal that world's keyhole. Not only will that Not only will activating the yellow Trinity mark in the lobby of the Olympic Coliseum lock the Olympic Coliseum keyhole, you also gain Sora's Olympia keychain, which has an incredible amount of strength to it, and which you'll need later on in the game. So after leaving the Olympic Coliseum, Sora, Donald, and Goofy set off for yet another world, when they pass or start to pass on the deep jungle. Now, Sora gives a hint that Riku and Kairi might be there, but Donald suggests that the team moves on because of the fact that he goes under the assumption that King Mickey wouldn't be caught dead in a backwoods water place such as Deep Jungle. The two end up arguing over controls, and the teams end up crashing on Deep Jungle anyway, thus separating the group. Sora encounters Sabor, but then is later saved by Tarzan. Tarzan then takes Sora to meet Jane, and within moments later, Clayton brings in Donald and Goofy. While Donald and Goofy was out trying to find Sora, they find an interesting gummy piece which they show to Sora, giving them the hunch that King Mickey could indeed be on the jungle. Now at first, once you start off in the Deep Jungle, you won't have to worry about any Heartless over the fact that Sora is basically there trying to find Riku and Kairi while Donald and Goofy are trying to look for King Mickey. Although just about everyone is on the same page, Clayton, however, has a hidden agenda and makes it clear while up at the treehouse, Clayton makes an attempt to shoot Kurt. I think the chip's name is, I'm not sure the chip's actual name. I'm kind of bad with him. But the end result was that Clayton gets caught trying to hunt down the gorillas, where Jane specifically told him that she wanted to do research on gorillas. So Jane dismisses Clayton from the group, and Clayton blames the gorillas for his downfall and claims that he's going to hunt every one of them down, putting his life on the line for him. This is where the Heartless come in, and this is where Sora and his pals go to work. While dealing with various Heartless in the jungle, Clayton comes back to the camp and kidnaps both Turk, I think that's the chimp's name, don't hold me to it, but Turk and Jane get kidnapped. Sora and pals eventually free Jane and Turk from the clutches of the Heartless to go deal with Clayton. It turns out that Clayton himself actually invited the Heartless to the Deep Jungle and hopes to hunt down every last gorilla. It didn't work out well with him, with the help of Tarzan, Sora defeats Clayton and his Heartless form Stealth Sneak as a token of his gratitude. Kerchak, the gorilla leader, catapults Sora in this game up to the waterfalls, where deep in the waterfalls within lies the deep jungle's keyhole, which Sora seals. After sealing the deep jungle keyhole, you will receive the Jungle King's Keyblade and the ability to activate the red Trinity marks, I think. So hold me to it. Stay tuned, 100 Acre Wood is next. Remember that book that Sid had you deliver to a house past the 3rd District during your trip to Traverse Town? You know, the visit where you actually went and sealed the keyhole? This is that book. As Merlin will tell you, that the book is a world within itself, and the Heartless have scattered the pages all over the world. And it's Sora's job to bring them back together. Now, while the contents of the book itself has no Heartless in it, it is your job, however, to find the pages that have been scattered throughout the world and bring them back together through various mini-games that are set forth in the book. Now, unlike the previous worlds, or like the other worlds that you will visit throughout the course of the game, this world has Sora in it by himself. And Sora travels to 100 Acre Woods alone, where Sora will play a Christopher Robin-like role in this side quest to Winnie the Pooh and his friends. And it is Sora's job to bring all of the pieces and Pooh and his friends together. Now keep in mind that going through the 100 Acre Wood is not required to complete the overall storyline of the game. We want to point that out there. It's not required. But spending some time at 100 Acre Wood does get you a few special items, not to mention a few spell upgrades and maybe a few power-ups. So it would help if you just, give it a shot and, check it out. I do. Now, once you find all of the pages to the 200 Acre Wood, you'll get a scene where Sora is sitting with Winnie the Pooh and his friends, and Pooh is trying to come up with a way of Sora not leaving. But Sora says that, as long as Pooh and the rest of his friends remember Sora, he'll always be in their hearts. And once you acquire all the pages and complete all the mini games, the book is then reunited, sealed, signed, and delivered. That'll do it for this episode, anyway.